G'day humans, Chris Stead here. Today we're at the Withings press conference in Sydney, Australia, where the French technology company was taking us through its past, present and future technology offerings, including the BeamO. Now the BeamO is coming out, they think, early 2025 here in Australia. It might make it to other markets earlier than that. It's all based on basically achieving its medical grade approval and how long that takes. So that's TGA here in Australia. Now the BeamO is looking like it's going to be an essential piece of kit for any home, really. I think it's looking really quite awesome. This 4-in-1 device will check your body temperature. It'll also do an ECG. It'll take your blood oxygen level, plus you can listen to your heart and lungs and send that information directly to your GP as well. So it's a pretty impressive beast. In this video, you're going to hear how they presented the BeamO to us journalists that were in the room, and also listen to a bit of a Q&A and just learn a bit more about this product ahead of its release. So let's dive in, and hopefully I can get my hands on this thing soon and give you a full review.
And Q1 next year, BeamO. So BeamO is the new thermo. Basically, it's a revolutionary at-home checkup with televisit built in. So it does 4 things, and it's actually right there. So you just turn it on, you select the user you want to actually perform the measurement on, and you have the choice to either record a temperature measurement, so you just swipe the forehead like this, you'll have an instant recording, and a color-coded code, so I'm happy, that's a good sign. I'm not stressed too much. You can perform an ECG and blood oxygen measurement at the same time. You just have to touch the 2 electrodes right there. I won't do it live. And last but not least, you have a digital stethoscope right in to listen to your heart and lungs, and to transmit this information directly to your GP throughout the televisit feature built in. So BeamO is really the new revolutionary checkup at home for yourself and the whole family. Later next year through TGA, pending.
Just with the BeamO, how it's on, it does several tests.
Yeah.
A lot of smartwatches do most of those tests as well. Is there a bit of competition you're up against with someone? Are they going to buy a standalone product or rely on the wearables to gather that information?
It's not really the same use case, as this one is really for the whole family. So it's a family-oriented product. That's one. There's 3 pillars here. One is the family aspect. 2 is the televisit built-in. So I haven't explained to you much, but there is a button within the first menu. You click on it, and it will generate a 6-digit passcode. You will then be able to tell your GP this passcode over the phone, over your regular televisit system, and he will type that in live.withings.com, and then a dashboard will open with all your live measurement from the BeamO, like direct. So actually, the GP will have like tangible data to act on it and to take a decision on it. So that's number 2. Number 3 being, those are clinically validated measurements. So some smartwatches, such as ours, do ECG, do SpO2, blood oxygen, okay? But body temperature for fever detection, or heart sounds, lung sounds, those are completely new stuff that you can't get anywhere. Yeah, at all, and you'll never do actually. And yeah, so this is quite unique. It's what we call a multiscope, and a first of its kind, and we believe it's going to be a massive hit. It's really the new thermo that you'll bring in your medicine cabinet everywhere.
Can I just add something which I learned from you? You can plug in a USB-C, so mini jack adapter into that.
Yeah.
Plug that into your computer so the doctor can literally hear your heart through.
So with the code, you can build lots of live data.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Just around, obviously, the more data that's collected, more, I guess, the concerns people might have about the security of the data. So first off, will all of this data be available to things like Apple Health and to Google as well? And secondly, how do we know that our data is going to be secure?
So on the security side, this is the utmost importance for us. So we in order to get TGA and FDA clearances, we need to go through ISO norms of cybersecurity and security storage, such as, you might know them, it's called IPA in the US and HDS in Europe. So we are up to those standards, and we have yearly audit in the company. We also store the data internally. So the clouds are our clouds. It's not Google Cloud or Amazon, actually. The servers are in-house, and we encrypted those servers ourselves. They are based in Paris. So that's also a key differentiator, and actually it was a requirement for the French government in order to start working with us, and for clinical studies to conduct. So that's for the security. And for the data flow, basically, it's not only up to us. So Withings will give you the ability to share the data you want throughout the Apple Health and the Google Health Connect API. But as a user, you can choose which data points you want or you don't want to share. That's through the settings. And things you need to know is that Apple actually is the one controlling what you can share. So they create the data points on their system, on their database. If they don't, actually we're discussing with them for them to create, urine data points, such as vitamin C, hydration, stuff like this. As of today, there is no such data point in Apple Health, so we cannot sync. But we already opened a discussion channel like 2 years ago. We were meeting them on a regular basis, but Apple, they do what they want. That's fine. But actually, we're willing to give you the power on your data, so you can do whatever you want with it. You can even erase it. There's the option within the app to just download all your data and erase it. Yeah, I should not say that.
I noticed that UScan is in Q4.
Yes.
And the BeamO Q1 next year.
Correct.
Is that a delay because you have to wait for TGA approval? Or is
Yes.
that why? So
the only reason is the clearance and the clearance time it will take.
it takes a long time.
Yeah,
Because
but
I saw UScan was at CES last year.
yeah, it takes time.
So it takes time.
But yeah, BeamO got 4 measurements, so it's like you have 4 clearances in one. So it takes a very long time.
But you're confident?
80%? That's quite high, no? I have no crystal ball. I cannot say for sure, but we have, I think, a good background, a good track record with the TGA. I think we're getting to know them better and better every year. We have many products on the field. They audit us on a regular basis to see what we call PMS, post-market study, in order to see in real life if what we claim is actually real. And in certain cases, we have to conduct post-market clinical studies in order to show that real-life data are in accordance to the clinical trial data that we submitted. So this is quite a long journey with those regulators, but I think it works.
And there are a lot of things we can control, but TGA timing is not something in our hands. So we say Q1 25 because it's something
Could it be sooner?
It could be sooner or it could be later, but we are confident once we have the CE clearance. The TGA is based on CE clearance, so once we have that, we can accelerate. So
Are other countries already approved and in market?
It will be approved this summer in Europe and US. CE and
This year?
Yes.
BeamO.
BeamO,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we aim for a September launch in Europe and US for BeamO, and TGA later on.
Yeah.
So it might be soon.
Steve, from our perspective, it's quite hard to launch a new product after October in retail, because I think it's set for Christmas, so if you go beyond there, then we head into the new year.
Understand.
Yeah.
Is this so? I know you slightly touched on this before. Does TGA hold you to a higher standard than the comparable bodies overseas?
They talk to each other, those regulatory bodies. So basically, they have requirements on a local basis, but the standards are quite similar. Yeah, but they're high standards.